The mould offers a few fern cavities which are great for making species such as the autumn and sun fern. Create wider leaf varieties such as bracken. Mould yew leaves or combine a couple of leaves to make spruce. Evergreen varieties of cypresses can also be made. Colouring and shading can make all the difference. Rub a little vegetable fat on the surface of some flour paste and press into the top of the fern. It is not necessary to fill the whole cavity. Press the paste firmly so it fills the grooves within that portion. Use a fine-edged scraper to skim away the excess paste. Hold it at a low angle and slide towards the outside edge of the cavity, whilst keeping pressure on the paste with your finger so that it is not pushed out or dragged. Turn the mould and remove the rest of the excess paste. Smooth the cut edges. A little vegetable fat on your fingertips will help. Use a fine point to release the fronds from the cavity so that it can be removed without the paste sticking. Lay on a flat surface and trim the edges of the fronds into shape to complete your small piece of fern. You can make fern leaves in graded sizes, all from the one cavity. To make a wired fern, you should take a small ball of green paste and place on a fine wire. Roll the paste between your fingers so it stretches down the length of the wire. It can then be placed along the central groove. A further sausage of greased paste is pressed over the top of the wire to fill the cavity. Do not use too much paste. It wants to be spread out so that you are able to see the outline of the cavity through the paste once it has been pressed down sufficiently. To remove the upper section of excess paste, slide the scraper, keeping it very flat while you press down very firmly with fingers from your other hand. Move your fingers back and apply pressure once again before sliding to trim. Turn the mould so that you can remove the excess from one side of the leaf and repeat for the other side. Watch that the wire is not caught and pulled from the mould when doing this. If any fronds pull away, they can be just pressed back into position. Loosen all the ends before using the wire to lift the leaf out of the cavity. Fill the yew cavity. You are best using as small a piece of paste as possible, which enables you to see the shape of the cavity through the excess paste. Use vegetable fat to grease your fingers so it will stop them sticking to the paste. You must press all across the base of the leaf while scraping away the excess. Carefully remove the next section of paste before turning the mould and skimming the final part of the leaf. If there are any breaks in the paste, use an additional piece and press it over the empty cavity. Press firmly and the pieces of paste will bond together. Carefully remove the excess. Rub with your finger to make sure that there are no feathery edges. Vegetable fat on your finger will stop the paste sticking to it so you can smooth properly. As you release the points with your scriber, if any break off, press them back into place. Peel from the base and, once on a flat surface, adjust the positioning. Dust and add some berries to complete your foliage. Stretch and ease the greased paste into the mould. Do not use too much paste, you must be able to see the framework of the leaf through the excess paste. Further general hints and tips for using this range can be found on our How to Use Cell Shapes Moulds video. Trim the excess in sections. It is extremely important to support the paste when you are sliding away the excess. You need only fill part of the cavity if you require miniature fern leaves. Try different colours of paste to make seasonal foliage. You may need to use several fingers to cover the area where you are removing the excess paste on larger leaves. Only use the scraper when pressure is being applied to the paste. Smooth between sections. Do not trim until your fingers are repositioned, and remember to keep the scraper very low during use. For most occasions you would use green paste for this foliage. However, you may find you wish to use alternative base colouring and add powder colours to accentuate shading, etc. Release a few points with the scriber and peel away from the base. For smaller pieces of coral, cut into two parts and bend the fronds into position.